If you're looking for more speed, this is gonna be the bow for you. Brand new for 2026 from PSE, the Sicario. Let's talk about it. All right guys, welcome back to the channel here at Extreme Outfitters. I am Zach and this is JR.
Hello.
And it's that time of year, JR. Brand new bows are starting to drop, and right out of the gate from PSE, this is the Sicario. Impressive. This is gonna be their answer to speed. This is their speed bow. All right, so this bow is gonna be on a 33-inch platform. It's their carbon bow. What are the specs on this, JR?
Yep, so we have a 5¼ inch brace height, draw length ranges from 24.5 to 30 inches, speeds of up to 357 feet per second. Just blazing fast. This is one of the fastest bows that has ever come out. So featuring a new cam, this is the FDS cam, which is standing for Forced Distribution System. So getting a lot more speed out of this bow. So everybody's familiar with the EC2 cams, right? That's what I think PSE is known for. Efficiency and speed and shootability. Well, they've improved upon that with this new cam system, like JR saying, the FDS cam. There's some new features within this cam that I think are pretty unique. The first one being the let-off options. Right. So what do we got as far as let-off options go? So it's going to come standard at 85%. You can do 80, 75, or 70%. So 4 let-off options. And it is also on a brand new post. So it's going to be a new draw stop system, which is honestly, in my opinion, one of the biggest improvements that they made. I agree, right? We're all used to the PSE draw stop. It's got that little piece of rubber in it. Everybody loses it. Every bow that comes in the shop, it ends up missing at some point. So this is going to be a little bit more efficient, I think, better built draw stop. That's going to be a little bit more consistent, especially when it goes to like checking timing and whatnot. There's no question anymore. Right. And it's going to give a little bit more surface area for that to stop on the string, so it should be a little bit better feeling back wall as well. Absolutely. The other thing that's unique about this cam that I like that they've done is they've recessed the post where the cable attaches to the cam. So what that does is that makes the load on the axles a little bit more consistent, right? So you don't have more load on one side, which again goes along with their full draw stability system. The big thing with PSE is how steady, accurate, and well these bows aim at full draw, even the short bows. And this just improves upon that. So when you go to full draw with this bow, there is no torque whatsoever within this riser. That's a problem for some people, right? Inducing hand torque. I've been shooting this bow, we've shot this bow a little bit, and when you draw this bow back and you look up at the cam, it's everything tracks in line perfectly. It's a killer design, and I think it's going to just further improve the shootability of the platform. And talking about this being the Sicario, such a short brace height, which the brace height was 5¼ Correct. That's kind of, when you look at speed bows, everyone kind of fears that. You think aggressive draw cycle, uncomfortable, difficult to shoot. Right. Well, PSE has really redefined that. When we had the Omen a few years back, that was their speed bow. It was a stiff draw cycle, not overly aggressive, but it was a good shooting bow, but it was a little bit difficult for some people to shoot. On this new cam system with the Sicario, the shootability of this platform is incredible. It just, when we talk about draw cycle on this bow, is incredible, right? The EC2 cam is my favorite cam ever. You go to the FDS cam now, it's a smoother draw cycle that feels like it rolls over a little bit earlier and doesn't stack whatsoever. And I think that attributes to how their FDS system works, the full draw stability. So it's actually increasing your dynamic brace height. That's going to increase your stability at full draw. Right, that's the talking point, right? Everybody goes off static brace height. Well, PSE has introduced the dynamic brace height, which is their talking point, right? Even though some of their short bows, the Mach 30, whatnot, have a little bit shorter axle to axle, the brace height increases at full draw and makes the platform that much easier to shoot. You still got the same tuning capability, Easy 220 Shim system, which I'm a huge fan of. Me too. Right, it's just easy, it's fast, it's efficient. You do need a press to tune it, but you just take a little bit of pressure off the limbs, pop the shims in and out. Easy to go. They've got their pick mount, which they've carried over, their integration in the rest. But what we want to do is we're going to shoot this bow and do a little bit of testing for you guys and get a feel for it. We're going to shoot it at 28.5 inches and 30 inches. We're going to put a 443 grain arrow through it and see what kind of speeds we're actually getting out of the bow and how it performs, what the draw cycle's like, how the valley feels, and kind of give you guys our overall first impressions. So let's head over to the range. All right, guys, let's start off with a speed test. This is pulling right at 70 pounds. We've got it at, what, 85% JR? Yep, 85% let off, 28.5 inches, and this is a 443 grain arrow.
All right, guys, so we got an average of 295.1 feet per second at 28.5 inches. What are your thoughts on that, JR?
It's pretty darn fast.
It's scooting, in my opinion. 443 grains, 28.5 inches, 70 pounds. It's moving. You will notice this bow has a very unique sound to it.
Probably doing with that shorter brace height and everything, so it's just going to give it a little bit more thud.
I agree. So one of the things you've got to be conscious of, or cautious of, I should say, is this has such a short brace height, right? And whenever you put your arrows in, depending on the fletching configurations you run or how long of a vein you run, it could impact the rest that you actually run on this bow. We're running tack vein 2-inch, 2¼ inch drivers on these Axis 4mm, and they are right against your actual launcher on the rest. Yeah. So it's something you're gonna have to consider with a bow that has such a short brace height. As far as draw cycle goes, I think the FDS cam is incredible. This bow is not aggressive at all, in my opinion, especially for a speed bow.
Yeah, like what Zakk was talking about though, just to show you, it's right there against the launcher with those veins. So
yeah.
You might have to move your veins back a little bit or something like that too, so just keep an eye on that.
Yeah, you don't got a lot of room to work with there.
Yep. Yeah, that's buttery smooth.
Very impressive for a speed bow, and especially as fast as that bow's shooting.
Yeah, it's got some thud to it.
It does. Yeah. So there's a little bit of feedback from the bow, I would say, but it does feel like the bow kind of wants to, like you were saying,
jump out of your hand.
Jump out of your hand a little bit, and I think that just has to do with such a short brace height.
Right, and then the speeds it's pushing out. I mean, it's just. There's a lot of energy that it's wanting to go with the bow.
Right, so shoot another one. I want you to look up at the cam and then see if you have any hand torque within the bow.
Yeah, that's super smooth. Nope.
No, perfect. Yeah, I like the grip on the carbon bows personally. I think it just feels really, really good. It's very repeatable. And with this new cam design, the way they've recessed that post and those cables actually attached to that cam. They've also increased the size of the bearings too. Right. So all of those factors just increase the hold and the feel of the actual platform. And like I said, there is no torque whatsoever that's induced in this riser at full draw, which is important, especially with such a short brace height, right?
Correct, yep. I dig it, man. I dig it a lot.
I do too. As far as the valley goes, so we're at 85% right now. I think the valley is kind of in a sweet spot. It's not so short that the bow wants to run away from you, but it's not so forgiving that it's hard to let the bow down, even at 85%. Tell me what you think, JR.
And the back wall feels phenomenal. Like I'm pulling on it. It's got a little bit of creep I'm seeing, but nothing bad. It feels super solid. And I'm relaxed right there, and it's not going anywhere. Try to go down. Yeah, like I had to force it a little bit right there, but other than that, very forgiving back wall, very forgiving.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much though, right? It's like some bows, you've almost got to fight it to get it down, and then you saw when JR let it down, how controlled it was. It doesn't run away and the arrows slap all over the place. It just feels good. Overall, solid feeling bow. Again, it being a carbon bow, it's on the lighter platform, but let's take it to 30 inches now and compare the speeds and the overall feel of the cam at that longer draw length.
All right, we got it maxed out at 30 inches now, and let's see what speeds we're gonna get out of her. So we got a 3-shot average of 313.6 feet per second.
So not bad at 30 inches. Yep. How does it feel to you?
It still feels really good. It does feel like it stacks a little bit more towards the end of the draw cycle, but it's nothing drastic in my opinion.
Let's see. This is going to be a little long on me, but I want to compare as well. Oh yeah, right on the back half just a little bit.
Yeah, right there, that last like 3/4 of the draw cycle.
Yeah, it slings an arrow though.
It does.
It doesn't feel bad at all. Like especially what you would think for a speed bow. You really think harsh, aggressive,
right.
But it doesn't feel like that. This bow does, on the back half of the draw cycle, you feel it start to build. But the nice thing about it is it doesn't roll over and dump off into the back wall. Right. It's very smooth and progressive into the back wall, which is what I like. Because the last thing you want is a bow, whenever you draw it back, to fall into that valley and, you know, kind of bounce. Yeah, that feels fantastic. Yeah, smoking fast, great feeling bow. I think if you're somebody that's looking for something that puts up really good speeds, this is probably going to be in your wheelhouse.
Yeah, especially shorter draw lengths. You know, if you want to stay at 70 pounds, you want to try and get a little bit faster, this would be a great answer for you.
I agree. And like we talked about, the new additions that they made, especially with this cam, more speed, a smoother draw cycle, I would say, than the EC2 cam, which is honestly very impressive. Right. And then the thing I really like is how you have your let off adjustment. You know, you go from 70 all the way to 85%. And the big thing for me is just the actual footer on it. It's flush, it's consistent. It's a nice upgrade to the PSE lineup. If you're in the market, new carbon bow, Sicario from PSE, this is gonna be a great option for you. Again, smoking fast.
Lightweight too.
Super lightweight, yeah. Again, part of the carbon lineup. All the features that you're used to from PSE plus new enhanced cam system. Overall feel of the bow, I think. I'm really curious to see how the other bows from their lineup feel and shoot. So there you go, guys. If you're interested in the new PSE bows, you can come see us here at Extreme Outfitters or head over to your local shop. I highly encourage you to go shoot them, go get a feel for them, and see what you think. So drop some comments, give us some feedback. What's your thoughts on, or first impressions on the Sicario, if you've had a chance to shoot it, or just based off the specs alone, what you think about this bow. So give us some feedback, let us know. Make sure you head over to the website for all of your archery and bow hunting needs, extremeoutfitters.com and JR.
Yes, we'll see you in the next video.